For the introduction, Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point (HACCP) is a systematic approach designed to ensure food safety by preventing contamination. It addresses potential hazards from biological, physical, chemical, and allergen sources. Next, Halal certification in Malaysia. Halal certification in Malaysia is based on the Malaysian standards MS 1500 2009. This standards provides guidelines for the production, preparation, handling, and storage of halal food. And lastly, Halal Control Point. HCP are specific steps in the food production process where control measures are implemented. These measures ensure that food products remain compliant with halal standard according to Islamic dietary laws. By identifying and managing HCPs, producers can maintain the halal integrity of their products.
The process of transforming fresh ingredients into a shelf-stable, protein-packed snack is precise. This section goes into the intriguing journey of freeze-dried yogurt protein with mango and sacha inchi, tracing each stage from ingredient selection to final packaging, which are material sourcing, measuring ingredients, washing ingredients, purchase and receiving, heating yogurt to ferment, mixing CMC to ferment, cutting process of the mangoes, mixing Imalco and food coloring, drying method, and lastly, packaging and retail.
Today, I will discuss the critical aspect of measuring ingredients in our HACCP and Halal case study. Measuring ingredients is vital for ensuring the accurate compositions in our freeze-dried yogurt. This involves weighing and combining various components precisely. It is crucial to verify that all the ingredients, particularly those with potential non-halal sources like CMC and food coloring, are certified with halal. Ensuring the ingredients halal certifications and maintaining proper verification document is essential for compliance with Islamic dietary practices. Although identifying a halal critical point in this context is not always necessary, it remains vital for maintaining religious dietary standards. Moving on to the control critical point or CCP in our processes, while CCP are not directly associated with measuring raw material, they play a significant role in testing and monitoring the production step. Precise measuring protocols are critical for maintaining the product's quality and safety. CCP are specific stages in the food production process where control measures can prevent, eliminate, or reduce food safety hazards to acceptable level. This protocol ensures that measurements are accurate, safeguarding the integrity of safety of our final product.
Next, the washing materials. The first one is water quality. We need to ensure water used for washing is pure, uncontaminated, and meets quality standards. Routine testing and observation of pH, chlorine levels, and microbiological counts should be carried out too. Second, the washing time and temperature parameters. The right time and temperature improve food safety by lowering microbial load. For instance, washing mangoes at the right temperature and duration effectively removes dirt and pathogens. Third one, sanitizing washing equipment. Equipments need to be sanitized to maintain hygiene and prevent infections. Fourth, washing raw materials. Raw materials need thorough cleaning to reduce contamination risks. Mango handling and condition before washing also must be monitored. Lastly, always examine for signs of contamination, deterioration, or damage of raw materials.
So for the first one, in critical control point purchasing is supplier selection. Develop a strict supplier selection procedure that include conducting HACCP audits to ensure suppliers' processes are complying with food safety standard, require a comprehensive documentation of their HACCP plans, and verifying related food safety certifications such as HACCP or ISO 2000. And for the second one is for the risk management by performing risk reduction strategies such as multi-supplier sourcing to reduce the risk of supply chain disruption. And third is keep a detailed records on supplier qualification, audits and certificates, document all purchase orders with detailed specification and contract terms, ensure complete traceability of raw materials. While under critical control point of receiving materials is by implementing a strict inspection standard upon receiving of raw materials, ensuring physical integrity, proper packaging and labeling. And for the second is store raw materials in designated areas with appropriate environmental condition to maintain their quality and safety before use in production. Lastly is by maintaining a detailed records of all receiving activities, including supplier documentation, inspection reports, and temperature data, and document any deviations from specifications and the corrective action taken.
Next, we go to the halal control point, HCP in heating yogurt to ferment. HCP in yogurt fermentation in step heating. First, temperature control. Maintaining an appropriate heating temperature during the pasteurization is essential. Second, starter culture section. The type of yogurt culture must be halal derived. Next, halal control point in time management, heating time. Follow the recommended heating time for the pasteurization is crucial because too inadequate heating time might not eliminate harmful bacteria, compromising safety and potentially. Moreover, HCP from the storage chiller condition. Make sure to maintain the proper chiller temperature by storing yogurt at the recommended cool temperature is crucial. This helps to ensure product safety and prevent spoilage that could render the yogurt unfit for consumption. Critical control point CCP. First, temperature control during the pasteurization. Milk is heated to specific temperature range around 180 to 195 Fahrenheit to eliminate harmful bacteria. This temperature needs to be specific control to ensure proper pasteurization without burning the milk, which can introduce undesirable flavor or generate non-halal components. Second, starter culture selection. The yogurt culture, which are leaf bacteria introduced after pasteurization to initiate fermentation, must be derived from halal source to maintain halal compliance throughout production. Third, heating time. Milk need to be heated for a sufficient amount for time at the desired temperature to ensure the effective pasteurization. An adequate heating time might not eliminate harmful bacteria, compromising safety and potentially introduce to the non-halal element. The last CCP for the heating yogurt to ferment is storage chiller temperature maintenance. Once the fermentation is complete, yogurt is typically stored in the refrigerator condition to slow down the bacterial growth and maintain the product quality. Following the proper chiller temperature guideline help to ensure the product safety and prevent from the spoilage that could render the yogurt unfit for the consumption.
Next, mixing the carboxymethyl cellulose CMC with the yogurt. So, the halal control point here are three. The first one is ingredient. Ensure that all ingredients used in the mixture are halal certified and also halal stable. Second, equipment. Make sure that the double boiling equipment and utensils used in the process are clean and free for any contamination with non-halal substances. And lastly, for the halal control point, contamination sources. Using separate equipment or designated area to avoiding contact with the non-halal substances. For the critical control point, so the quantity in mixture in the mixing bowl is important to make sure the mixture is cooperated evenly within the set time and temperature. So to ensure that the mixture is placed in even quantity in the bowl. Next, cooking time and temperature of the double boiling method. So it involves controlling times and temperature condition during double boiling to ensure that the mixture is cooperated evenly and reach the desired level of the thickness. And lastly, cooling and storage. So the rapidly cooling the mixture to prevent the growth of the bacteria and also to ensure that it is stored at the appropriate temperature to maintain the safety and the quality.
For halal control point in the cutting process, the raw materials, ingredients, and equipment must be from halal sources. In this process, mango is the ingredients and it is halal. By ensuring the segregation of mangoes from any cross-contamination with the non-halal substances or equipment, the product will remain halal. Equipment also needs to be washed with permissible detergents. Next, the cutting process are identified as a control point CP and not a CCP. This process indicates a low food safety risk. To ensure the safety and the quality of the mangoes during cutting process, it must be managed effectively as a control point. As the mangoes will be blended immediately after cutting, the risk of contamination can be minimized. First, ensure the cutting boards, knives, and the utensils must be sanitized using permissible food-grade detergent before use, and the cutting area should be cleaned and sanitized regularly throughout the day. Hands needs to be washed thoroughly before handling mangoes to prevent any contamination. Proper training on cutting technique is essential to avoid introducing physical hazards. In the cutting process, should be continuously monitored, ensuring the hygienic surrounding during the process. Adhering to these controls will ensure the safety and the quality of the mango puree.
For our product, We use mango, emulco, and food coloring to enhance the flavor, aroma, and the color of the product. For the halal control point, we need to verify that the emulco and food coloring do not contain any non-halal ingredients and have been produced according to halal standards. And then, moving to critical control point, first one is ingredient check. We need to verify the quality and safety of emulco and food coloring before use. Ensure that they are from approved suppliers and meet regulatory standards. Next, mixing process. The actual mixing of emulco and food coloring into yogurt is critical. Ensure that the ingredients are added in the correct quantities and mix thoroughly to achieve uniform distribution. Next one is temperature control. Maintain appropriate temperature during mixing to prevent any microbial contamination.
My name is Shafiqa Shaira binti Suhaimi, number matric 1211206, and I would like to continue the next process, which is drying method using freeze dried. So first, halal control point. Halal ingredients, we need to ensure that all ingredients used in the mango yogurt bites are sourced from supplier with a halal certification, and also implement procedure to prevent cross contact with non-halal substances. Next, production separation. Ideally employ separate manufacturing lines or equipment for halal certified product to avoid cross contamination with non-halal items. If shared equipment is necessary, we need to ensure thorough cleaning and sanitation procedure to eliminate traces of haram ingredients. Establish rigorous cleaning protocols for all equipment and surfaces that come in contact with the mango yogurt bites. However, need to make sure to use halal certified cleaning agents and ensure complete removal of residue to prevent contamination. And lastly, documentation and verification. Record keeping, which is detailed records of ingredient sourcing, cleaning procedure, equipment maintenance, and production runs to demonstrate compliance with halal standards. So next is critical control point. The first point is microbial control. Implement measures to control microbial hazard during freeze drying, such as ensuring proper sanitation of equipment and maintaining hygienic practices throughout the process. As in CCPs, we should address potential risks of microbial contamination that could affect product safety. And next, product quality. Monitor critical parameters related to the product quality, such as moisture content and texture, to ensure that the freeze-dried mango yogurt bites meet specified standards and consumer expectation. So the first CCP, primary drying. Basically, primary drying is a process to remove the bulk of water content from the frozen product by converting ice directly into vapor. So possibility hazards is incomplete drying leading to microbial growth. And control measure that we can use: maintain chamber temperature just above freezing, which is 0 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius, usually for 10 to 24 hours. And this corrective action will help to ensure primary drying time is adequate to remove the majority of moisture. Next, CCP, secondary drying, which is this stage ensure the final product has a very low moisture content, which is essential for long shelf life and stability. Hazard, residual moisture leading to spoilage. And control measure, continue drying around 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius until the desired moisture content is reached, typically below 2%, basically 6 to 12 hours.
Halal control point for packaging and retail. Number one, packaging material sourcing. Ensure all packaging material are halal certified and free from the contamination with non-halal substance. Second is the cleanliness and hygiene. Implemented strict cleaning protocol to avoid contamination with the non-halal substance. And the third one is the separation of product, which is store and display halal product separately from non-halal product in retail settings. For the packaging and retail, a critical control point, which is number one, packaging integrity. Inspect packaging for defect or damage that could compromise the product safety, and ensure proper sealing to prevent contamination during storage and transportation. The second one is the expiry date monitoring. Clearly label product with production and expiry date, and regularly check expiry date in the retail and remove product that are past their shelf life.
In conclusion, this study underscores a synergistic relationship between HACCP and halal principle in the production of freeze-dried yogurt protein with mango and sacha inci. HACCP fosters a data-driven approach to food safety, pinpointing and mitigating potential hazards throughout the production chain. Conversely, halal compliance ensures the product aligns with Islamic dietary restrictions, expanding market reach. By implementing both, it will establish a robust food safety system, demonstrate ethical and religious sensitivity, and ultimately gain a competitive advantage in the freeze-dried yogurt protein market.